of what the forecast is going to be like and how to dress the kids for school. And of course, it might tell you exactly what your plans will or will not be over the weekend. I tell you one you might want to consider, and I talked about this in great length on Tuesday. The boys and I went down to an exhibit down in Denver. Now let me backtrack this. I talked about this back in when was this? Summertime, I think. The Titanic exhibit was down there, and Carson was really big into the Titanic. As a matter of fact, he still is. He's got a couple toys that break in half and sink, and then he can tell you about the passengers and all that fun stuff. He really got into that. And we went down to that, and that was really, really cool because they had a VR thing, and they had a room that was had all kinds of things moving around in it. And I thought that was probably the best exhibit I've ever been to. But let me tell you, and just like I said on Tuesday, this Dinos Alive thing that's going on down there, that thing was crazy good, and it's great for all ages. And it just so happens that I have a very special person on the phone. His name is Daniel McCarran. Good morning, Daniel. How are you doing?
Morning. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing great. It's so nice to have you. And well, first and foremost, let's find out a little bit about you. So, are you a Colorado guy?
A little bit. I was actually born and raised in Southern California. One of those transplants who moved out here in about 2013. Currently residing in Aurora, Colorado now.
Okay, very good.
So I've been out here for a minute.
Very good, very good. So, well, we'll get into the whole nuts and bolts on this thing. But how are you involved with the Dinos Alive exhibit?
I am one of these supervisors. So I was out there for the Titanic exhibit, supervising all that stuff. And now I'm out there for the Dinos Alive, supervising that as well.
Now, are they both run by the same company?
Yes, they're both run by Exhibition Hub and Fever.
Well, I got to tell you something. Whatever formula you guys put together works because it was immersive. Let me tell you, when you got into that thing, I mean, there were times when you actually felt as though you were actually walking amongst the dinosaurs. But let's I guess let's start from the very get-go. You walk in and it's very friendly, very family friendly, and you got the first thing that I noticed, particularly my 2.5-year-old, was the dinosaur slide. I mean, that thing was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, when you walk into our box office right there, you're greeted by all of our friendly staff and everything, giving you the rundown on where to go, where to find everything. And then we have some rides that are in the box office as well. I don't know if you got to try those out.
We did.
But we have some dinosaur rides that you can actually hop up on and start riding dinosaurs. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually have some pictures of my kids on those, and one of them I took a little film of my 6-year-old who was riding one of the dinosaurs, and he absolutely loved it. He thought that was pretty cool. So when you get in there, of course, you're greeted by a very friendly staff. I got to tell you that first and foremost because it's so important. You know, your front line on everything is your staff members, and they were very accommodating, very friendly. And then it's basically a self-guided tour. So let's kind of walk us through what's the first thing that you see when you go through the doors.
The first thing that you see when you go through the doors will be a little introduction video, kind of talking about traveling back through time, getting up close and personal with the dinosaurs. So you'll watch a short little video, and then as you start progressing through the rooms, it'll actually be different time periods. So you'll start progressing through the different millions of years, going through the different time periods of the dinosaurs, and just experiencing the different dinosaurs up close and personal. All the dinosaurs that we do have in the room are animatronic, so they're all moving, they're all lifelike, they're all making noises, so it feels like you're actually like standing right in front of the dinosaurs. But yeah, as you're starting to walk through the rooms, you go through the different time periods, you get up close and personal with different dinosaurs from those time periods, and it's just this cool experience.
You know, I think the one thing that really makes this stand out from other events that I've had, because they've had them, you know, they've had different things in Denver, and they had another dinosaur thing not too long ago at the convention center. But it was basically like the convention center, like the dinosaurs were just kind of propped in a room, and they had a little rope around them so you can't get them. But I think what I really, being a businessman as well, I'm thinking, man, they put a lot of effort into just the landscaping on your things. Like you guys have lava rocks all over the place, and it almost makes it seem as though you are actually there. It's not you're in a big room. You guys did a really good job on just really highlighting everything, not just the dinosaurs, but also the landscaping. Talk a little bit about like the man hours to put that thing together. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, so the team that came in and set it all up, they were amazing. They totally killed it. But that's kind of what they do, is they just kind of travel around from the exhibits, and they just specifically go ahead and build all this stuff. But yeah, as you kind of pointed out, the entire point of it is to kind of get you immersed and kind of feel like you're brought back into time, and you're actually in that time period, and having these real rocks around you and everything. So I'm glad to hear that the whole immersion was captured and actually felt like it was working and everything, because yeah, that's the entire point of it, is just to feel like you've actually traveled back in time, to feel like you're actually there. So it's really awesome how they did that. They totally crushed it, and it works so well.
When we come back, we're going to talk about, of course, that the beginning part was cool, but when you get into the VR room, now the VR, virtual reality, isn't for everyone, but they have safeguards in place. But if you have the opportunity, I got to tell you, and my 6-year-old, he has a VR system. He has the Meta thing, and he does Gorilla Tag and all the fun things, and sometimes I get on it as well. But when we come back, we're going to talk about that event. That is really, really cool, because this is really it's for families. It's a way to get away from the troubles of life and bills and everything that's going on in this world, and just go back to a time when you had to run for your life, otherwise you're getting eaten by a T-Rex. But when we come, we're going to talk more about that. Let's get back to the music. You can call 970-378-1047, 970-378-1047. Wonderful guest. He is I'm just going to call him the owner operator of Dinos Alive, Daniel McAaron. And Daniel, thank you so much for joining us again. Let's continue on. Of course, the exhibit opened up on it was on the 5th, is that correct?
Yes, November 5th was our grand opening. Okay.
And you were just telling me that like the Titanic immersive exhibit that the boys and I went to, which was phenomenal, that these exhibits really don't have an end date. So it opened up on November, and you're thinking, because of the amount of people that's going through it, that it might last for a while.
Yep, so that's what we're hoping for. So we've been a pretty big hit so far since we opened up. And if we keep going how we're going, we'll probably be here for a couple more months. But right now we're scheduled to at least the end of January. But like I said, more people that show up, more people that enjoy it, more time that we'll spend out here in Denver.
But we also want to emphasize this, that, depending on what the crowds are, it could last that length, or, depending on a crowd. So I recommend, this is my recommendation, is if people are even thinking or considering this thing, get down there soon. And if you have to, pull the kids out of school during a weekday and get down. I don't want to cause any truancy and everything, but when we were down there, and you said there's record numbers going to this thing, there were, the nice thing, there weren't a lot of people down there, so you could really take your time, and it wasn't totally packed. But anyway, having said all that, let's get into what I kind of led up to, and that's the VR room, or the virtual reality room. Tell us, so kind of walk my listeners through exactly what that is.
Yeah, so the virtual reality room is actually one of my personal favorites as well. It's a lot of fun. But you'll put the headset on, and then you'll kind of start in this little museum, checking out all the dinosaur bones around you and everything, getting close to the dinosaur bones. Then as you start walking through the museum, everything starts coming alive. Mm-hmm. The dinosaur bones start moving, they start making noise and everything. And then you'll step through this portal, and then you'll start getting commentary from this gentleman who will accompany you on your VR trip and kind of guide you and help you out. But basically, as you're going through, you start traveling through time, seeing different dinosaurs. So one of the first experiences, you'll be floating down a river, and you'll be watching dinosaurs kind of behaving naturally how they would in the wild and everything like that. So it's really cool to see that kind of dinosaur behavior pretty up close too as well. And then you'll kind of just experience other dinosaurs, what they were like hunting in the wild and everything like that. So it's really cool as you're traveling through time, you experience these different dinosaurs. And then like one of my favorite parts is when you're kind of like crossing this wooden bridge with the VR experience on it. It's like this whole trippy feeling, like you're walking across like an actual bridge, and like you can see these dinosaurs flying above you, you can see them flying below you, and it's totally surreal. It's a lot of fun. It feels like you're actually walking across this bridge, and like you feel like a dinosaur's going to fly over and kind of knock you off. And but it's really cool. You just get up close and personal with these dinosaurs. Kind of the only way to really get like face to face with some of these dinosaurs. In one of the rooms in the VR room, you'll experience a sleeping dinosaur, so a sleeping T-Rex. So you can get up close and just kind of check him out while he's sleeping, and it's just really cool, really unique, one of a kind experiences.
So some of the things that stood out to me was, like you said, you first get on and you're floating down this river and you see there's dinosaurs all over the place, and then you go under the belly of, I guess would be a brontosaurus, I don't know the names of them. And then the next one that really stood out to me is the crab that's on the brick wall. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That kind of caught me the first time.
That was kind of cool. You go over, you kind of, of course, you really can't touch it because it's virtual reality. And for those people that may not know, you put on a headset and with this headset, and it's very comfortable, and they have people there. And also, if you find that you're getting a little dizzy, there's lots of staff members around there that they say, hey, listen, if you feel yourself getting dizzy, just raise your hand and they'll come over and kind of get you steady. But that was cool. So the crab was cool, the river's cool, and then of course the tree trunk that was laying across the valley, and you had waterfalls all over the place, and pterodactyls were flying all around you. And then, like you said, the sleeping T-Rex, going over and seeing that was kind of cool. And then, like you said, the portals open up, and then you continue on. And I'm trying to remember because I'm still stuck on the VR thing. What's the next exhibit after the? It's the gift shop. Is that correct?
Yeah, almost. So yeah, you come out of the gift shop, and then you'll be in our last room. It's the room with a giant T-Rex. We have the Spinosaurus.
Yes.
We have a pterodactyl hanging from the ceiling as well.
Yeah.
And then kind of tucked off into the corner of the room, we actually have what we call Dino Run. So you can actually race a dinosaur and see if you can outrun a dinosaur as well. But then after that, it takes you into the gift shop. Yeah.
Very good. When we come back, we're gonna finish up because I know Daniel needs to get going, but I want to talk specifically, and I mentioned this Tuesday, about my thoughts on the gift shop. So stay tuned for that. Let's pick it up a little bit. Let's do a little Bee Gees with Staying Alive right here on Pirate. About the exhibit from start to finish, but I want to talk specifically about gift shop because as people know, when you go to events and they have a special exhibit on something, when they dump you off into the gift shop, it's culture shock, or it's economic shock. But I have to tell you, Daniel, I was very pleasantly surprised that the pricing on your items that you have, and you have toys, and you said you have caps and shirts and mugs and glasses and plates, you have all the stuff there, and I was surprised on how inexpensive it really was. It really made it what I would say affordable for a family.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's what we're trying to keep in mind is, when you're coming in, you're already spending money getting here, you're spending money on the tickets, you're spending a lot of money on the day already. So trying to save you a couple extra bucks when you get to the gift shop so you can have something to remember it by. And
of course there's a commemorative photo that's taken too that you can get, and there's, I don't know, you guys had a lot of different backgrounds. I'm thinking the poor guy, here's one, here's another one, here's another. He was going through so many of them. I'm thinking to myself, maybe you should just cut that down to 5, but it made it that much more fun that you can go through all those, and of course you have your family picture, and then you can be in front of dinosaurs or whatever it is. So, and then there's posters and those kinds of things. So first and foremost, thank you so much for bringing this to Denver. It was probably one of the coolest things that as a family that we could do, and everybody could enjoy it. But I want to make sure that everybody knows. So how can people find more information on this, and how can they get tickets?
Yeah, so there's 2 ways. The quickest, easiest way to get tickets is going to dinosalivexhibit.com, getting our tickets on our website. If you don't want to get tickets online and you'd rather do it in person, we do have a box office as well that you can come in, buy your tickets in person. Our address is 3900 Alate Street in Denver. We're 1 mile north of Coors Field, so we're right outside of downtown Denver.
Oh, very good. Well, we had a lot of fun, and like I said, Daniel, thank you so much, and if this thing continues on, maybe we can have you come up in studio and talk about some stuff. But like I said, we had just a wonderful time, and I highly recommend this for families if you're looking to do something just before the holidays, or maybe it's through the holidays, because right now they're saying it might run through the end of January. So if you're grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles, if you want to give an experience as a holiday gift, there you go. Dinos Alive. The kids will absolutely love it. So, well, Daniel, thank you so much for joining us on Pirate Radio. I appreciate you so much. You go out and have yourself a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed this. Glad to hear that you had a great experience as well.
Very good. All right, here's Brooke Benton with the Bo Weevil song right here on Pirate.